Hi, this is Melissa with Quibby-Made Photography. I wanted to come today and talk about how do you get the pictures from your card and into Lightroom and what Lightroom looks like and what it does to your photos. Okay, welcome to my desktop. If you look up at the right-hand corner, that's my hard drive. My computer is not big enough to keep all my photos on, so I have a hard drive connected to my computer so that I don't override the system. So first you're going to open up Lightroom and you first have to buy it Lightroom, and it costs $10 a month for Lightroom and Photoshop. You don't have to use both of them, but you have to buy both of them. It comes as a package. So if you look on the left hand side, you can see where it says catalog, and below it's folders, and you can see Macintosh HD. Macintosh is my computer's name. Under my computer's name is all the files and programs that are on my actual computer. If you look below that, you see EOS Digital. That's my card. That's my memory card that has all my photos on. So you go to import and you open up your card. If you look on the left-hand side, you can see EOS Digital. So I would click on that. That's going to show what's all on my card. You can rename your cards if you get confused. So you click on EOS Digital. And if you look on the right-hand side, you can see the computer. You can see my Lassay, which is my hard drive. So you're going to pick what folder you want to put your pictures in, where you want to import them into, what they would already need to be created. So for example, I'm going to put mine in March on the left-hand side. I'm going to put mine in March 20, 220. I always categorize by month and then by year and then also by month. So I have 2019, sorry, it's okay, I'm going to go to 2000 Family Pictures 2020. And all those little folders that are faded, those are the ones that it's going to be putting into there. I already have the March folder on my hard drive already made. And so when I come in here, I can go ahead and import it into it. So I'll hit import. And now when I go to try to find it, I go to scroll down until I see my hard drive. And there's a hard drive. So I try to find Quibby-Made, March 20, which is all the pictures that I would just imported off my camera. So to quickly edit them, you can double click them and go up the top and hit develop at the top right hand side next to library is develop. So you click on develop. This is how you would edit them. And you can, if you look on the right hand side, there's different bars that you can slide back and forth to adjust it. It's very quick edits. You also can have actions that you can put on them. Now I'm adjusting the exposure. But mostly I just kind of mess with the exposure, the blacks, the clarity, the sharpness, all in that little bar. But just remember that you're not actually editing the photo in your file. You're only editing a copy of it. You have to take it, it's almost like you're just playing around with the photo. And if you were to go into if I was to go into my hard drive, I would see that the photo looked exactly like it did when I took it. It's not going to save these actions unless I edit them separately. So you can view them like that, like this, little boxes, or you can view them if you double click it. And if I wanted to take it to Photoshop, I could hit right click, edit in Photoshop, but we're not doing that right now. We're just going to, so these are all raw images, which means that if I were to open up my file, I could click on it. It wouldn't be edited, even if I've already edited it here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to export them onto the computer. So what I do is I already have my folder that has all the photos in it. I've already imported them into that folder. But when I edit them, I go back and I put them into the same folder, and I usually create like a JPEG folder. And that way I will be exporting the edited photos into my JPEGs folder versus already have. So in the folder, it's going to have all the raw files that look the same as they did on my camera. And there's going to be a JPEG folder. So if I'm going to show you. I go to my hard drive and I go to pictures. I'm trying to find the place that I put those photos. So open up 2020. What's the wrong one? Let's see. Family Pictures 2020. Where are you? Okay. There you are. So I go to March. And all those are my raw files that I imported into my program. There's the JPEGs. And these are the ones that I've edited. I'll either edit them directly out of Lightroom or I'll open up in Photoshop and then export them from Photoshop into this folder. They can go either way. So in conclusion, When I take my pictures from my card, I'll put the card onto the computer. I open up Lightroom. The only thing Lightroom is doing is it's taking the photos off the card and putting them onto my computer. But Lightroom is not actually like if I edit things on Lightroom, I'm not really touching the actual file. The only way that I can save the edits is if I export them from Lightroom into either Photoshop or back into the file they came from. So I use Lightroom as a way to get the photos from my card onto my computer. The good thing about Lightroom is its catalog, and it's a representation of my hard drive. So it keeps my stuff organized. That way when I import it and I pick where I want it to go, I can rename the folder or whatever, and I know exactly where my photos are at all times, and I don't have duplicate copies all over the place. I would suggest unless you have like some sort of giant gaming computer, to get an extra hard drive and keep all your photos there. And would be smart to have a second hard drive to back up the first hard drive. You also can do iCloud or some other program that will back up your photos, but definitely always back up your photos. I had a hard drive that I dropped and it broke and I lost everything on it. Thank goodness I already had some things backed up, so only lost about 2 months worth of photos. But after that, I was decided I was not going to do that again. I was going to make sure that if that ever happened, I would not lose all my photos. Now, the more expensive the hard drives, though, the less likely they'll break if you do drop them. So if you invest in a really expensive one, there's a lesser chance that if you drop it, it'll break or if it'll crash or whatever. Anyways, I hope that makes a little bit of sense and you can understand a little bit more clearly how to get your photos from your computer or your card into Lightroom and also into your computer.